Hello YouTube, Van Prepper here. This will be the last installment of the videos on my range trip today. This is going to be the results. Right here is the 5 shots with the Mauser. There's 2 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. I don't know if you can see those that well. This was at 50 yards. I was trying to shoot the Mauser first at 100 and then at 75 and was really struggling to pick up with the Mauser sights the target, so I moved one of the targets down to 50 yards, and actually this is probably the group that I'm most impressed with for the day. I know it was only at 50 yards, but to have 5 shots in that small range for an unsighted surplus rifle, I'm pretty pleased with. The next group is here we have Remington 700 chambered in 223 at 100 yards, and I took a 3-shot group. We have a shot here, and shot here. This was likely my cold bore shot, although I can't attest to it because I didn't look until all 3 had been fired. That's not a bad group. I'm pretty pleased with that group at 100 yards. That certainly will, if that was a scenario where I had to hit somebody or something, if I was hunting a deer or a pig or a bear or whatever it would be. Not that I would hunt one with a 223 chambered round, but I mean at 100 yards that's a decent grouping. And here is the second 3-shot group that I took, also at 100 yards with the Remington 700 chambered in 223. Very pleased with this group. This is the M44 at 75 yards. I'm not disappointed with any of these. Honestly, my eyes are not what they used to be, and with the open sights, it's pretty hard for me to pick up targets at 75 yards and beyond. So to put a 3-shot group in the black with my M44, I'm pretty pleased with that. Over here, the next one up is going to be the SKS. The SKS I originally tried at 100 yards and really struggled to stay on paper, not because the gun's not accurate, but because my eyes really struggled to pick up the targets at 100 yards. So I moved it down to 75, and I got shots that groupings that I'm not at all disappointed with. It's kind of hard to see here, but 2 shots through the same hole right there. Not all in all, not a terrible grouping right there for 75 yards with a surplus rifle with steel sights and my terrible eyes. Next up is the 43 Ishevsk 9130 Mosin Nagant rifle. This one is probably the furthest spacing of the groups. I don't know why that was. It was very windy at the range, but that doesn't really explain how one shot's up here, one's right where it should be, and one's down here. Honestly, the one that surprised me the most is the one right here. To put one dead center at 75 yards, or pretty close to dead center, touching the red, I was surprised at that. I'm not disappointed with that group, honestly. What really surprised me is I took, at the end of the day, 5 shots with the Remington 700, again at 100 yards, and 3 shots with the Mosin Nagant 9130. Here you can see that Remington 700 and Mosin Nagant 9130 at 100 yards. And what really surprised me is the grouping with the Mosin Nagants, the 7.62 54 chambered rounds. That's it's right there is the other one. It's not a real tight group, but that's probably a better group than the group I had at 75 yards. And here we have the Remington rounds, a little bit spaced out for 100 yards with a sighted rifle, but by that point we were just playing around. So I was all in all really pleased with the day. It was windy as heck. It was a little chilly out there, living up here in the Northeast, but it was there's never a bad day at the range. And I ran into an old friend that I used to work with about 20 years ago I hadn't seen, and he and I and his brother just talked and had a lot of fun, and talked some politics, talked some guns, and put some lead down range, and really had a good time. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys get a chance to get out shooting. I am Van Prepper, and I was definitely happy shooting.